Welcome to Chapter 12 or Lecture 12, Mobile Forensics. This is your Professor Atif Reed Muhammad. Mobile forensics is an exciting and rapidly evolving field that combines elements of computer science, criminal justice, and digital investigation. It involves the recovery and analysis of digital evidence from mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. This process is crucial in legal investigations as it helps uncover important information like text messages, call logs, photos, and app data that can be used to solve crimes or support legal cases. Forensic experts use specialized tools and techniques to extract data from these devices without altering the original evidence, ensuring its integrity and admissibility in court. Anyone who is interested in mobile forensics, understanding the basics of digital evidence handling and the ethical considerations involved is a great starting point. This field requires a strong foundation in technology as well as understanding of legal procedures. Students can explore various software tools used in mobile forensics such as Cellebrite, it's Clebrite, and Magnet Axiom, AXIOM, which help in data extraction and analysis. Additionally, learning about encryption and data privacy is essential, as these topics are closely related to the challenges faced in the mobile forensics. Pursuing courses in computer science, cybersecurity, and criminal justice certainly can provide solid foundation for a career in this dynamic field. The learning objectives, we will be summarizing various types of digital forensics, the key concepts of cellular device concepts, evidence that can be obtained from a mobile device, how to seize evidence from a mobile device. Cellular device concepts. A mobile switching center is a critical component in mobile telecommunication networks, acting as the primary service delivery node for voice calls and messaging services. It performs essential functions such as call routing, handover management, and subscriber tracking within a network. When a mobile user initiates a call, the MSC processes the request, determines the location and the called party, and establishes a connection between the two devices. Additionally, MSC handles mobility management, ensuring seamless communication as users move between different calls and cells or base stations. It interfaces with various network elements including the home location register HLR and visitor location register VLR to manage subscriber data and facilitate roaming services. The MSC's role is pivotal in maintaining the reliability and efficiency of mobile networks, enabling users to experience uninterrupted communication services. A base transceiver station is a critical component in mobile networks, enabling wireless communication between user devices like mobile phones and the network infrastructure. The home location register HLR is a central database in mobile networks that stores essential information about all authorized mobile subscribers. A subscriber identity management module or a subscriber identity module or SIM card is a small integrated circuit used in the mobile devices to securely store unique identification information and facilitate network authentication. Electronic serial number is a ESN, a unique identification number developed by the U.S. Federal Communication Systems, FCC, to identify cell phones. Personal unlocking code is PUK, a code used to reset a forgotten PIN. Integrated circuit card identifier ICCID, number that identifies the country code and issuer, followed by an individual account identification number and the check digit. Third Generation Partnership Project or 3GPP, a group of related standards organizations manages standard for GSM, UMTS, LTE, and 5G. The networks are 2G, 2G+, 3G, 4G, 5G, and Wi-Fi. And as we are using the system for a long time, we'll look into that together. The operating systems can be iOS for the iPhone, iPod, and iPad. Derived from OS X interface based on touch and gestures, iOS uses the Apple file system, a replacement for the older HFS Plus file system. Contains several elements in the data partition that has calendar entries, contact entries, note entries, iPod control directory. This directory is hidden, Apple Media apps configuration, Apple Music apps in Mac OS and iTunes on Windows. So the user file system on iPhone 11 or later looks like this. Operating system iOS continued in this discussion. iPod control/devices/sysinfo is of particular interest in forensic investigations. Folders contain two very important pieces of information: model number and serial number. Operating system Android is Linux-based operating system, completely open source, first released in 2003. Versions of Android named after suites such as version 4.1, 4.2 is Jelly Bean, and version 9.0 is Pi. Android 10 and newer no longer follow the nomenclature. Similarity across versions can perform similar forensic examinations on different versions. Operating system Android has a bootloader partition, boot partition, recovery partition, user data partition, cache partition, and system partition. It has ACCT directory or account directory, cache directory, data directory, and MNT directory, which mount point for all file system and can indicate internal and external storage. Android Debugging Bridge has client, daemon, and server. I suggest you look into these things at your leisure and conduct a little study to understand this in depth. ABD devices looks like this. ABD shell looks like this. OEM unlock looks like this. OEM unlock status looks like this. Android tools you can use by opting for the forensics on top of the applications provided by the Android in open source. All-in-one Android tool all-in-one allows you to make a donation to support this project also, which is technically not related to the forensics, but it's good to donate some of the time and resources and money for the open source to work with and make it more secure for all of us. Evidence you can get from a cell phone is call history, email, texts, and other messages, photos and videos, phone information, global positioning system or GPS information, network information as well. Scientific Working Group on Digital Evidence Guidelines, Mobile Forensics Pyramids like manual, logical, file system, physical, non-invasive, physical, invasive, chip-off, and micro-read. Nascent, active, semi-active, quiescent, that's technically type of the information mobile device states. Seizing evidence from the mobile device. Now let's look into this with a whole use case. Seizing evidence from a mobile device. If you plug a device into a computer, make sure device does not synchronize with the computer. Imagine you're a detective in a high-stakes investigation and you have just gotten your hands on a suspect's mobile device. Your first instinct might be to plug it into a computer and examine its contents. But wait, before you connect a device, you need to ensure that it does not automatically sync with the computer. Syncing could inadvertently alter the data on the device, potentially destroying crucial evidence. Think of it like stepping into a crime scene. You wouldn't want to disturb anything before you have done or had a chance to document it thoroughly. So take a moment to check the settings and disable any automatic sync features. This way, you can preserve the integrity of the evidence and ensure that your investigation stays on track. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to overlook a small detail, but remember, every action you take could impact the outcome of your case. By preventing the device from syncing, you are essentially freezing the scene, permitting you to capture an accurate snapshot of the device's state. This careful approach will not only help you gather the evidence you need, but also ensure that it holds up in the court. So take a deep breath, double check those settings, and proceed with confidence that you are handling the device with the precision and as of a seasoned investigator. To touch evidence as little as possible. So as you begin to examine the mobile device, it is crucial to handle it with care, just like a delicate artifact in the museum. The evidence on the device can be easily compromised if mishandled. Every tap, swipe, or button press has the potential to alter the data stored within. To minimize your impact, touch the device as little as possible. Think of yourself as a forensic scientist, meticulously analyzing each piece of evidence without leaving a trace. Use tools and techniques that allow you to access the information you need without disturbing the original state of the device. In the world of digital forensics, less is more often. The fewer interactions you have with the device, the less likely you are to accidentally modify or delete important data. By adopting a cautious and methodical approach, you can ensure that the evidence remains intact and uncontaminated. This careful handling will not only preserve the integrity of the investigation but also demonstrate your commitment to upholding the highest standards of evidence collection. So proceed with a light touch and a keen eye, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to uncovering the truth. Document what you do to the device. As you delve deeper into the investigation, it is essential to keep detailed record of every action you take with the mobile device. Imagine you are writing a step-by-step guide for someone else to follow in your footsteps. Documenting your process ensures that your methods are transparent and reproducible. Note down each command you enter, each file you access, and each change you make. This meticulous record keeping will serve as a roadmap, permitting others to verify your findings and validate your conclusions. In the world of digital forensics, documentation is your best friend. It provides a clear trail of your actions and decisions, helping to establish the credibility of your evidence. By maintaining a thorough log of your activities, you can demonstrate the rigor and precision of your investigation. This attention to detail will not only strengthen your case but also reinforce your reputation as a meticulous and reliable investigator. So grab your notebook or open your digital log and start documenting every step of your journey. Your future self and perhaps a jury will thank you for it. Do not accidentally write data on the mobile device. As you explore the depth of mobile device, it is crucial to remember one golden rule. Do not accidentally write data to the device. Think of the device as a delicate ecosystem where even the smallest change can have ripple effects. Writing data to the device, whether intentionally or by mistake, can alter the existing evidence of the compromise of the integrity of your investigation. It is like leaving footprints in a pristine landscape. Once they are there, you can't be undone. To avoid this pitfall, approach the device with caution and deliberation. Use read-only tools and techniques that allow you to examine the data without making any changes. Imagine you are navigating a maze where each turn would lead you closer to the truth or further from it. By taking careful steps and avoiding any actions that could write data to the device, you can ensure that the evidence remains untouched and unaltered. This vigilance will not only safeguard the integrity of your investigation but also uphold the principles of justice and fairness. So tread lightly and let the evidence speak for itself. Mobile device forensic products have Oxygen Forensics, Cellebrite, as mentioned earlier, Mobile Edit, Data Doctor, Device Seizure, and Forensic SIM Cloner. SQLite is a structured query language, and that allows you to extract data using the DB browser. The newer iPhone supports 6-digit pins. So 10,000 possible combinations of the digit 0 to 9 can be automated process to break iPhone passcodes such as X or Y. If Forensic Workstation has iTunes, plug iPhone, iPad, iPod into the workstation. Use iTunes to extract information about device. Important items to document: the iOS version number, the phone number, the serial number, where the phone is backed up, iCloud or local computer. So the Apple iPhone Music app or iTunes display looks like this. The iPhone, if you have imaged the iPhone and you then search for information, you may have to look more closely to find some data. Library call history history.db contains entire call history. So you look at this very carefully, and I give a pause here for you, or you can pause the video to look and read the slide. Deleted files: when a file is deleted on iPhone, iPad, iPod, move to trashes/501 folder. Data exists until overwritten. So the tools are PWNAGE, Recover My iPod, PowerSoft, iPhone Analyzer. So this has given you an understanding that how we work and deal with the cellular devices concepts, evidence that can be obtained from a mobile device, how to seize evidence from the mobile device. Let me share with you a use case before I close this discussion. In the labyrinth of modern crime solving, digital forensics emerges as a beacon of truth, especially when it comes to cellular devices. Imagine Sherlock Holmes, the quintessential detective, armed with some magnifying glass and keen observation, but also with the tools of the digital age. In this new era, the crime scene is often intangible, hidden within the circuits and memory chips of smartphones and tablets. Digital forensics for cellular devices involves the meticulous extraction and analysis of data stored on these devices, uncovering the digital footprints left behind the users. So I will do this summary in a way that it's digital forensics and cellular devices unveiling the modern mystery. And if Sherlock Holmes is here, how would it be? The next act is the nature of digital evidence. Digital evidence on cellular devices is akin to clues scattered across the crime scene, each piece telling a part of the story. It encompasses a wide array of data from text messages and call logs on photos, videos, and even location data. This evidence can provide insights into the actions, communications, and whereabouts of individuals, painting a comprehensive picture of events. Just as Dr. Watson diligently recorded Holmes' deductions, digital forensics experts document every byte of data, ensuring that no detail is overlooked. The role of digital evidence in the court system. In the hallowed halls of justice, digital evidence plays a pivotal role in establishing the facts of a case. It serves as the silent witness, offering irrefutable proof of actions and interactions. Prosecutors and defense attorneys alike rely on the evidence to build their arguments, using it to corroborate testimonies or challenge alibis. Judges and juries are increasingly called upon to interpret this digital testimony, weighing its significance in the scales of justice. The integrity and authenticity of this evidence are paramount, as they can sway the outcomes of trials and shape the course of justice. Seizing digital evidence, the Holmesian approach or Sherlock Holmes approach. To seize digital evidence from a cellular device, one must channel the spirit of Sherlock Holmes, combining sharp intellect with a delicate touch. The first step is to isolate the device, ensuring that it does not communicate with external networks or synchronize with other devices. This isolation is akin to cordoning off a crime scene, preserving the evidence in its pristine state. Holmes would approve of such meticulousness, knowing that the slightest alteration could lead to a miscarriage of justice. The art of minimal interaction. As Holmes often remarked to Watson, the world is full of obvious things which nobody by any chance ever observes. The same holds true for digital evidence. The key is to interact with the device as little as possible, minimizing the risk of inadvertently altering the data. Every tap, swipe, or button press, as mentioned earlier, has a potential to change the digital landscape, obscuring the truth beneath layers of interference. Forensic experts employ specialized tools and techniques to access the data without leaving a trace, much like Sherlock Holmes' careful examination of a crime scene, documenting the digital journey. In the realm of digital forensics, documentation is not merely a procedural necessity but an art form. Just as Watson chronicled Holmes' investigations, forensic experts must meticulously record every step of their examination. This documentation serves as a roadmap, permitting others to follow the trail of evidence and verify the findings. It ensures transparency and reproducibility, reinforcing the credibility of the evidence in the eyes of the court. Each note, each entry is a testament to the rigor and precision of the investigative process. The pitfalls of data contamination. One of the greatest challenges in digital forensics is the risk of data contamination. Just as a single misstep can disturb a physical crime scene, a careless interaction with a cellular device can alter its digital contents. Forensic experts must be very vigilant and ever vigilant, employing read-only tools and techniques to examine the data without making any changes. Holmes' admonition of Watson, "You see but you do not observe," the distinction is clear, rings true here. Observation without the interference is the hallmark of a skilled digital forensic investigator. The chain of custody, Sherlock Holmes principle. The chain of custody is the lifeline of digital evidence, ensuring its integrity from the moment of seizure of its presentation in court. Just as Sherlock Holmes meticulously tracked the movements of suspects and witness, forensic experts must document the journey of the evidence. Every hand that touches the device, every tool that analyzes the data must be accounted for. This unbroken chain of custody is the bedrock of credibility, and assuring the court that the evidence has remained unaltered and untainted. The courtroom drama. Presenting digital evidence. In the theater of the courtroom, the presentation of digital evidence is a performance in itself. Prosecutors and defense attorneys must translate the complex language of data into a narrative that judges and juries can understand. They rely on visual aids, expert testimonials, and clear, concise explanations to convey the significance of the evidence. Just as Sherlock Holmes would dramatically reveal the solution to a mystery, the presentation of digital evidence must be compelling and convincing, leaving no room of doubt. The evolving landscape of digital forensics. As technology advances, so too does the field of digital forensics. New challenges and opportunities arise with each innovation, from the rise of encrypted communications to the proliferation of IoT devices. Forensic experts must stay ahead of the curve, continually updating the skills and tools to meet the demands of the digital age. Holmes, ever the champion of adaptation and innovation, would undoubtedly embrace this evolving landscape, using his keen intellect to unravel the mystery of the modern world. Enduring legacy of digital forensics. As we can conclude this lecture here, in the grand tapestry of justice, digital forensics is a thread that weaves together the past, present, and the future of crime solving. It is testament to the enduring legacy of investigation and the pursuit of truth. Just as Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson navigated the foggy streets of London in search of answers, digital forensics experts delve into the digital realm, seeking the truth hidden within the circuits of and codes of cellular devices. Their work is a tribute to the timeless art of deduction and a beacon of hope of ever-changing landscape of crime and injustice. Hopefully this has given you a complete understanding. Happy learning. See you in the next lecture.